Okay, in this short tutorial, I'm going to show you how I created this on a rock. It's a dragonfly that I printed off my laser printer. I printed it onto a regular piece of paper. And then I took Mod Podge with a brush and brushed Mod Podge matte on there. I did it 2 layers, let it dry in between. Then I cut it out. I like using the serrated edge scissors. I'll tell you why in a minute. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own transfer using what I have here printed off of my printer. And we're going to apply it on this rock that I've already painted with chalk paint. Now find some saran wrap or cling wrap, tape it down to your workstation so it's nice and flat like this. Lay your piece with the Mod Podge and printed side down, and you'll wet it. And what we're going to do is we're going to peel layers of paper off. If you can, try and keep only this side wet. What we're going to do is we're going to slowly get it wet and peel the paper back. Eventually you'll start to see the image shine through. You'll feel it like roll underneath your fingers. The reason I like to use those scissors for cutting the image out is, you'll see it rolling up already. I start from the center and work my way out. You can see the little rolls of paper lifting. What you're actually doing is just taking a layer off. You're taking it practically right down to the Mod Podge, or right down to the ink and then the Mod Podge. And now these edges that are cut roughly kind of gives you an idea where you want to break the image from the paper, from the edge, so it's not such a straight cut. It just helps. That way you don't see a straight line when you're done. Now you can either use your fingers to do this, to peel it back. So you can see all this extra paper. It's just thinning this out, so it'll be much easier to transfer. You can either use your fingers, or you can use a paintbrush. Sometimes I'll use a paintbrush. I'll catch an edge and just roll it off to the edge. And now once you've got the first layer down, you can kind of see it. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll put my thumb or put my finger there and I'll grab the edge and I'll tear the very edge so that it's not so rigid, not such a straight line. And by having the perforated edges, it kind of helps you see where you've torn and where you haven't torn. This will make it blend into the rock better after it's dried. Okay. I'll take a paper towel, dab it, absorb any extra water. Now this is only if you don't have tissue paper to work with, or you want to use your own image to create your piece instead of using something you've purchased. Not to mention it's cheaper if you have a laser printer to make your own. And I think it's more fun. So, I'm going to put it into the blow dryer for a few seconds. Make it a little noisy. You can see it changing colors, slowly turning back to the white. As it dries, you'll see little tiny rolls of paper. Just knock those off with your finger. Goes out of the way. Try not to catch the edge yet. Okay, once that's dried, ready for the next step. Now you can use a credit card or if you have a scraping tool, just get underneath the edge. Or even if you don't have either one, you can loosen up the saran and get up underneath there. I like using this. Just slip it right underneath there, and then catch the edge, and then it'll just lift right up like that. And there's your image ready to apply to your rock. The next step is you take your Mod Podge, apply some to the rock. Sometimes I'll apply it to the image too, but then it gets kind of messy. I usually just apply it to the rock. Make it nice coating. And then you lay your image down wherever you want it. In this case, I want to do it like so. So lay it down. Then I take some saran wrap and wrap it just like that. Now this works awesome because it pushes down all your sides nice and evenly, so you don't have any folds or lines in the edges. And you can rub the piece into the little cracks and grooves without damaging it. Otherwise you'll tear the image. Now if you apply too much Mod Podge to the image or to the rock, what'll happen is it'll like move around and wrinkle real easily. Just rub it on there. Sometimes I'll put it underneath the blow dryer for a few moments just to speed things along, the curing process. Just keep rubbing it on there. And then, after a couple of minutes, peel it back. Now the image is shiny right now because of the saran wrap. It was so smooth laying it down. But all your edges are nice and tucked in. You can go back later and touch up the edge with your white chalk paint. And after it's dried a little bit, you can go back over the whole thing with a little bit of Mod Podge to get your edges in there and make it all conform to the same matte finish. And that's it. It'll dry much clearer and you'll see the image in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Will be much clearer and easier to see. But yeah, that's how to do it with your own image and copy paper. I haven't been able to do it with inkjet or bubble jet printers yet. They say there's ways of spraying it with clear coat, but when I go to peel the paper, the clear coat seems to embed itself right into the paper, and it makes it really hard to thin the paper out. I guess you could use that paper, but you're just going to have more of an edge where the image stops, whereas this is nice and thin. It's all thinned out like tissue paper would be. And that's it. Thank you. And if you like this, subscribe to see more.